Well, hello, everyone. We are Team Vista. We wanted to thank you all for taking the time to join us on Zoom today. Obviously, a little bit unconventional, but we're really happy to be with you all. And we can't wait to show you what we've been working on for the past few months, and we're really excited.
We've definitely had a lot of fun learning about each other this semester, as unconventional as it was. Before we show you a campaign that comes from every member of this team's heart, mind, and personal connection to nature, we want to take a minute for you to get to know us.
Vista. It's the all-encompassing term for sight. In Spanish, vista directly translates to view. In English, it's a distant view or an extensive mental view.
We have bold personalities. We have diverse talents. We're presenting to you now from Columbia, Missouri, all the way to South Korea. We have the ability to include a range of perspectives to find the ultimate viewpoint. We're excited to share our Vista with you today.
You asked us to find a way to make the Missouri Department of Conservation and Nevada Department of Wildlife relevant to 18 to 24-year-olds without alienating your biggest audience, the hunters and anglers, as well as find a way to engage with them.
You asked us to make that relevancy and engagement last past 24 years old, to make your agency a part of our target's children's lives and their children's lives. If we don't establish this now, who will? To tap into that relevancy, we asked ourselves as a group, what do the outdoors really mean to us?
It's a place where I can relax. I can take a break from the real world.
It's my home.
And we realized that, like any home, it requires love, attention, and care. And that's why the earth needs to be conserved.
Here's the thing, conservation is important to the Yaya demographic. And we have the state of the Yaya data to back that up. 77% of Yaya individuals want to make a difference when it comes to protecting the planet. And 98% care about environmental conservation. So you're already doing your target a big favor. You're taking care of their planet. You're taking care of everything they love about it, so they can continue to enjoy it.
They can continue to go on float trips with their friends in clean rivers. Continue to go on long walks in the fall to watch the leaves change color. The conservation efforts you make really do matter to the Yaya demographic.
So our challenge becomes finding a way to show that 77% of Yaya individuals who want to make a difference, that working with you is how they make a difference. Your conservation efforts are what makes you relevant to the Yaya demographic.
One Missouri resident said, "I value preserving the earth and making it so future generations can still enjoy it as much as we can. If I make the environment better than what it was, whether it's picking up trash or whatever, I'm making sure everyone will be able to enjoy it." They respect the planet. That's undeniable. They want to protect it too. The question is how.
We love ads like these. We do. We just have one problem with them. They're too large scale. They don't tell us what we, as individuals, can do. Another Missouri resident said, "In recent news, a lot is about protecting the environment and keeping Earth livable. It's on such a large scale, it feels like you can't really do anything to help."
When conservation becomes framed as a global movement, it loses its most important component, individuality. We as individuals are capable of conservation.
We want to make conservation something anyone can be a part of, something so inviting, straightforward, and simple that everyone, no matter their background or relationship with nature, can join in.
For Yaya individuals, conservation isn't a trend, it's a turning point. They respect the planet. Now, 18 to 24-year-olds are seeking someone who will tell them how they can protect it. They need to know how they can give back to the earth on their own, with a plan that works for them. You see, they all have a unique relationship with nature.
My grandparents used to live in a really small town in Iowa of about 400 people. Whenever I would visit them growing up, my grandpa would take my brother and I fishing. I hated touching the worms, but I treasured the few times a year I would get to see him and be able to do his favorite thing with him. He passed when I was young, so the memories of fishing with him are some of the only ones I have of him when he was healthy. I always feel just a little bit closer to him when I'm in nature.
I never spent much time in nature growing up. The most time I spent outdoors as a kid was probably in my grandma's backyard with all my cousins. It wasn't until I got to college and started rooming with an environmental science major that I really started spending time outside. She knows where all the good hiking spots and beautiful cliffside views are. Without her, I probably wouldn't have even known where to start.
Nature for me has always been a source of peace. When I first moved to the US, I didn't know too much English, and interacting with people was hard, scary, and intimidating. But in those moments, I realized that while the language spoken was different, the peace I felt when going outside remained the same. So during the first few months of being here, I looked to nature to feel embraced, to feel like I belong, and to feel cared for.
Our love for the earth comes from our own experiences. Maybe we grew up in a house with several acres, or maybe we grew up in an apartment in a city where the closest patch of grass is surrounded by concrete.
Our target's background doesn't affect their passion for conservation. What it does affect is their reason for being passionate. Yaya individuals come from different upbringings, ethnicities, languages, socioeconomic statuses, and more that make them who they are and shape the causes they're passionate about.
They're champions of many causes, ranging from gun policy to gender equality. Some might receive more of their time than others, but with so many things running through the 18 to 24-year-olds' cause-driven mind, they do have a common ground to care about, the earth.
Meet the Divergent Defender. They're passionate problem solvers with already active voices on social media and in the real world. They're desperate to become more than a voice on social media, but no one's told them how. They're facing barriers of time and knowledge, and they need information on how they can make a difference.
Divergent defenders need a plan of action that feels personal. It's a plan that reflects their relationship with Earth and reminds them that they can make a difference, no matter who they are or where they come from.
What's your relationship with Earth? Did you grow up going on camping trips with your dad? Is spending time with the Earth how you de-stress after a bad day? Do you cherish long walks with your dog? How we all know the Earth may look different, still the Earth has always been there for us. The Earth is a constant. She is someone we can always go to when we need help, when we're hungry, when we feel lonely, when we're stressed. Earth is our caretaker.
Think about the people who take care of you. It might be a mom, grandparent, friend, or teacher. Your caretaker is a person you've spent so much time with and relied on for so much that today, they're the reason you're you.
These are the kinds of people that keep on giving and giving until they're worn out. They're made to take care of you. And though they never ask for anything in return, sometimes they need a sign of appreciation.
So what if we gave our Divergent defenders a chance to appreciate the earth in a way that they never have before.
Hi there. I've been wanting to tell you this for a while. I wanted to say I know how much you give for me. You put food on my plate, so I have energy to keep going, even when my day gets tough. You wrap me in warmth because you know exactly when I need someone to comfort me. You give me a roof over my head, so I'll always feel safe. You make sure I have a home. You are my home. You are Mother Earth, and you take care of me. Let Mother Earth know you love her too. Show your thanks.
Doesn't Mother Earth deserve a thank you? Show Your Thanks is a campaign that reminds Divergent defenders of their reasons to be grateful for her as our caretaker. It celebrates their diverse backgrounds and personal connections and encourages them to share.
Show Your Thanks tells Divergent defenders that Mother Earth can be thanked in a multitude of ways through strategies that make conservation less scary and more accessible.
It's gentle, it's inviting, and as leaders in conservation, it's an invitation your agencies can sincerely extend to Divergent defenders, letting them know they can show their thanks in ways that feel close to home.
Dear Mother Earth, it's been a while since I've taken the time to sit down and thank you. You do so much for me. You are my home. You are my food. You are the air I breathe and the trails I run on. Without you, I have nothing. Thank you for being patient with us. Thank you for taking such a beating and still providing us with so much. You are deeply appreciated, but frequently forgotten. You've given us so much and received so little in return. You are amazing, you are loved, and you are appreciated. Mother Earth, how can I show you my thanks? Love, Allie.
This is a campaign built on the sharing of real thank yous and stories about personal relationships with Mother Earth. We'll capitalize on user-generated content that will inspire other Divergent defenders to join in on conservation.
And by asking our audience to think about Mother Earth as a figure we can be grateful for, we'll plant this seed in their head for the rest of their lives. We'll be changing their perspective so they'll carry this campaign with them past 24 years old.
The campaign is word-driven, the words coming from the voices of the individuals we are targeting, so the visual style elevates their voice. It reflects their handwriting and showcases the images of nature they feel thankful for.
Our logo, a call-out box, invites the audience to express their gratitude and join the conversation on conservation. We made the choice to stick to natural tones to elevate the beauty of Mother Earth and chose the fonts Nature Spirit and Athelis.
This is a campaign of gratitude. Each extension we're about to show you demonstrates just how many ways there are to express our appreciation, and they'll compel Divergent defenders to give back to Mother Earth by getting involved with your agencies.
We'll reach our audience using paid, own, and earn media across 4 platforms: Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. Real thank yous will be showcased on each platform. We'll extend our campaign into their community with experiential ads, events, and partnerships. Every extension provides our audience with the opportunity to say thank you.
We'll be interacting with Divergent defenders over a course of 12 months. Though Show Your Thanks is originally planned for 1 year, it's designed to be easily extended for many years after, because the feelings this campaign will generate won't just go away after a year. They'll last the target's lifetime.
A big part of this campaign's goal is making conservation accessible, not intimidating. According to National Park Service data linking the 2010 census to national park visitors, 95% of national park visitors were white. We're asking you to reach out to new demographics. Show Your Thanks is created to include populations that might not have grown up familiar with the outdoors. We want you to include them in the conversation on conservation because Mother Earth takes care of everyone. We're recommending this campaign be offered in 2 languages. This is especially important in Nevada, where almost a quarter of your population are native Spanish speakers.
¿Cómo lo haces? ¿Cómo pones un techo sobre mi cabeza sin pedir ningún agradecimiento? Cómo pones comida en mi plato y agua en mi vaso. Sé que no haces lo que haces para ser reconocida o por un precio. Tú solamente das por dar y tú das desinteresadamente. Te mereces unas gracias. Gracias, Madre Tierra, por cuidarme.
All creative assets we're presenting to you, social, experiential, and events, will be offered in 2 languages to accommodate native Spanish speakers, like this paid Instagram post.
How do you do it? How do you put a roof over my head without ever asking for a thank you? How do you put food on my plate and water in my glass? I know you don't do what you do for a prize or recognition. You give just to give, but you give so selflessly. You deserve a thank you. Thank you, Mother Earth, for taking care of me. Let her know you love her too. Show your thanks.
However our target receives ads like these or interacts with other tactics, they'll be led directly to the Show Your Thanks website extension, where they'll be able to learn more about opportunities to get involved with your agency.
This website extension is this campaign's headquarters and a Divergent Defender's gateway to the no longer daunting world of conservation. Each state will have their own extension, unique to the people who live there. Upon entry, they'll be welcomed by this video.
Thank you for being there when I'm stressed, happy, angry, or sad. You always know how to make me feel better. I'm in it with you, and there's already a smile on my face. You're always there, ready to take care of me. Thank you for the time we spent together, for every season, for the summer warm. For the colorful fall leaves. The wonderland in the winter. And the flowers in the spring. Thank you for the clouds and the colors that fill the sky every morning and night. My best memories are always with you. Thank you, Mother Earth. For everything you've given me and everything you do to take care of me. For you, I'm cleaning your rivers. Because I want to appreciate you. And show my thanks. Let Mother Earth know you love her too. Show your thanks.
Every version of thank you that our audience sees will call them to show their thanks by volunteering. Divergent Defenders will have the chance to write their own thank you note, as well as view or share dozens of other expressions, like videos, social shares, audio stories, and photos.
Scrolling through, they'll see a collections of thank yous shared by 18 to 24-year-olds from across the state. The website extension becomes an extension of community, where a Divergent Defender from Missouri could come across a collection of Instagram posts from other 18 to 24-year-olds in the state.
Or this Divergent Defender listens to this voice memo that challenges him to think about his own relationship with Mother Earth.
I remember getting very stressed about my future plans and everything. I'm older than my friends in the US, and my friends in Korea are already making progresses in their life. I was stuck in school and felt like not moving forward. I took a stroll outside to vent out. I was at my ex-girlfriend's house back then, and her house is surrounded by infinite woods, and we decided to walk into the creek. The thing about nature, in my opinion, is that it is a different type of comfort than the home comfort. It feels quiet, but it actually never is. The gap in your mind gets filled up with the rich sounds of water flowing, leaves shaking, and birds chirping. It is equally important to live fulfilling day to day as much as constantly planning for the better future. Side steps are still steps. You don't always have to go forward. That hour-long walk made me realize more things than 3 credit hour college course.
Or maybe he realizes Mother Earth takes care of him in unexpected ways too. He's compelled to click on this list of volunteer activities.
He already has a passion for conservation and has volunteered with other organizations before. This list will let him know how he can get involved with your agency. This is a list of volunteer opportunities we've identified through primary and secondary research in which our Divergent defenders have expressed interest in participating.
But there's another Divergent defender who's not as sure about volunteering. How would she know how to get involved if she's never done it before? She recycles, she's seen Show Your Thanks ads, and her friends have expressed their thanks on social media. But volunteering, that's uncharted territory, and she doesn't know where to start.
Our Divergent defenders have diverse levels of knowledge when it comes to Mother Earth, and we want to honor that. Volunteering should be a reflection of who they are. The way they say thanks to Mother Earth should be personal. So how can we let this hesitant Divergent defender know how to conserve in a way that means something to her?
To solve that, we created 4 thank you languages. It's a set of personality types that allow Divergent defenders to support environmental conservation in a way that works for them, each one defining 4 different ways people say thank you.
The builder, the companion, the philanthropist, and the cheerleader. The 23-year-old stumbles upon this ad as she's scrolling through her Instagram feed. Curious what each type means, she goes to the own page to find out. She sees these 4 posts that help her understand. The companion spends time with loved ones. The builder likes to show little acts of kindness. The philanthropist loves to surprise people with gifts. And the cheerleader makes people feel good about themselves. Our Divergent defender thinks she might be a companion after reading this.
Because she takes time to comfort me, I want to take time to comfort her. I want to be there for her. That's how I'll let her know she's important to me. I'm a companion, and I show my thanks through quality time. When I spend time with Mother Earth, whether I'm hiking with friends or at volunteer events, I want to make sure my time with her helps our relationship grow stronger.
She's definitely a companion. When she finds herself looking at the long list of volunteer activities on the website extension, she'll see her badge next to activities someone like her might get the most out of.
A thank you language simplifies conservation with a Divergent defender who might have less experience volunteering than others. This language is a way to put the individual at the center of volunteering, so they know someone like them is capable of taking action.
There's power in the individual, in their passions and stories. Every individual has a story that's worth hearing, like their relationship to Mother Earth. So we've created a series of podcast ads to keep the individual at the core of this campaign. Here's a sample of some of our favorites.
So I sat down on the bench and I felt the warmth on my skin on a cold day, and it felt reviving. It felt like it was protecting me.
I felt sunshine on my skin for the first time in a long time, just real warmth, just like all over my body and inside my body even. It was just like an indescribable feeling. It was the most gorgeous thing I'd felt in a really long time.
And all the flowers are blooming, the tulips, everything's turning green, and time goes on, things get better, and things grow again. And I guess it's a little bit of hope.
We call her Mother Earth for a reason. She takes care of us. There are so many reasons to be thankful for Mother Earth. The Missouri Department of Conservation is asking you to share your reason and show your thanks. Visit mdc.mo.gov/showyourthanks to learn more.
Each ad can be as short as 15 seconds or as long as 1:30. But because they come from the individual, the power behind them will remain the same.
53% of Yaya individuals listen to podcasts for entertainment. 54% listen to podcasts for education. So we'll partner with education and eco-minded podcasts in your state to showcase real stories like these.
We'll geo-target Divergent defenders across the state. Listeners will be called to the website where they can hear other stories shared by Yaya individuals in their community.
It's important that Divergent defenders know they're not alone in their conservation efforts. They want their voices to be heard, understood, and validated. That's why the community this campaign is building lives beyond the digital realm. Showcase Your Thanks is an extension of 2 experiential installations.
We're asking you to meet Divergent defenders where they're at. Meet them in their cities, the more urban areas. Showcase Your Thanks will reach the 56% of 18 to 34-year-old smart device users who say they're more likely to pay attention to outdoor advertising than any other type of advertising.
The first, a chalkboard mural. Placed in a more urban location, this mural will reach out to Divergent defenders who don't interact with nature on the daily. It asks them why they're thankful for Mother Earth. They write,
"She inspires my art.
The ecosystem makes me feel connected to something bigger.
She's beauty and she's light."
This extension encourages Divergent defenders to think more deeply about reasons they have to be grateful for what Mother Earth gives them, even though living in a city puts them farther away from nature. The mural will send them to the website extension so they can learn more about showing thanks.
The second extension, the Planet Forward tree, is not just any tree. With these slips of seeded paper, a Divergent defender will write down a reason to be thankful for Mother Earth, like,
Mother Earth, thank you for your sunshine.
Mother Earth, thanks for showing me the power of nature.
They can attach their gratitude to this tree. Then your agency will take this tree and plant it forward. These slips of seeded paper will be planted to grow into new trees at our event, Thank You Fest.
Centered around Earth Day, Thank You Fest will be a festival with local musicians, restaurants, breweries, and social organizations to come together to celebrate Mother Earth, as well as invite Divergent defenders into conservation areas where the event will take place.
Your agencies will extend your invitation even further and make the community of conservation-minded people stronger with events. Events are an opportunity for Divergent defenders to meet and form friendships with people like them.
87% of Yaya individuals said they would attend a trendy event in a nature setting. This is an excellent opportunity to capitalize on community and introduce to the target to people who share their passions and experiences.
You are a community for them. You are a home to people who want to make a difference, and your events make their unique voices feel important, like they're not alone in their efforts to appreciate Mother Earth.
Because feelings of thankfulness don't come and go, we don't want volunteers to either. An important part of this campaign is making sure Divergent defenders continue engaging with your volunteering.
Thankful Thursdays, a scaled-down event inspired by Thank You Fest, will take place on the last Thursday of every month. It's a reward for Divergent defenders who volunteered in the past. They have shown their thanks to Mother Earth. Now you're returning the favor. It's the volunteers' full circle moment.
Thankful Thursday events will kick off with a volunteer activity to re-emphasize why the event is taking place to begin with, to give back to Mother Earth. Your agency should partner with a different brand, business, or organization to emphasize the month's themed event, like composting with Columbia Center for Urban Agriculture, learning more about wildlife with the Humane Society, a trail run with the food bank, or sustainable cooking with a local restaurant.
With these events and throughout the campaign, you will collaborate with brands and organizations that also play a role in the conservation conversation. This will allow you to resonate with an audience that already supports your causes, even though they might not know you yet.
Partner with local businesses with similar values like Boulevard Brewing Co. or Main Squeeze in Missouri and Lead Dog and Coffee Bar in Nevada. Or partner with organizations with similar missions, like the Columbia Center for Urban Agriculture, to strengthen what your agency really means to Divergent defenders. Partners would receive a stamp of approval that lets their community know they're Mother Earth approved, as well as cross-promotion on social platforms and the website.
To bring this campaign to life, we've crafted 2 budgets, one base budget of $50,000 and another extended budget of up to $500,000. Because State of the Yaya data shows that Yaya individuals check social media multiple times per day, we allocated over half of the budget to social media ads.
Show Your Thanks will last for a total of 12 months, divided into 3 phases. The first focuses on establishing partnerships and sponsorships that will be used during events, as well as reaching the consumer. asking them to consider reasons to feel thankful.
The second involves action. Designed to take place during warmer months, Thank You Fest and volunteer activities will occur during phase 2.
Then, when it gets cooler outside, we'll start phase 3, where we'll put our efforts towards gathering user-generated thank yous, ensuring the emotion behind this campaign lasts beyond the recommended year.
This campaign can last 12 months, 5 years, even a decade. It's however long you need it to last, because Mother Earth is a constant caretaker. She's always there for us. She deserves thank yous for as long as we can give them.
Show your thanks is important, now more than ever. COVID-19 altered the way we interact with the world. As businesses reopen and events start up again, we ask you to do what you deem safe. But in the case the events get canceled, Show Your Thanks can still carry on.
It's important to think of all people Mother Earth takes care of during the COVID-19 pandemic. Right now, we can spend time with and thank Mother Earth from a safe social distance so we can all stay healthy. Healthy people means a healthy Mother Earth.
We can show thanks to Mother Earth from home by gathering user-generated content because, if anything, our relationship with Mother Earth has grown stronger, which makes this campaign all the more powerful. We'll be even more motivated to give back to her once this is over.
Right now, Mother Earth means more to us than ever before. To some, it might seem like our world has taken a break. Stay-at-home orders have caused us to take a break too, and take more time to connect with the outside world.
Being stuck inside has changed our relationship with Mother Earth for the long term. This is a monumental moment in Divergent Defenders' lives, and they will never take her for granted ever again. We all have reasons to be grateful for Mother Earth.
Missouri and Nevada, we see your conservation efforts. We want to thank you on behalf of Yaya individuals.
Now, we're asking you to open up. Welcome Divergent Defenders into your community. Let them know you see them, you hear them, and respect them, and their distinct voices and concerns, so that hesitancy to volunteer disappears.
Dear Mother Earth.
Dear Mother Earth. Dear Mother Earth.
Thank you for being there for me every day.
You've really taken care of me these past few weeks.
After being cooped up inside, I know I can step outside,
Breathe in fresh air.
And soak up the sun.
And feel a million times better.
And when I can't go outside,
I can look at the trees with blossoms outside of my window and think of my best memories with you.
Thank you.
Thank you for keeping me sane during this crazy time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mother Earth.
Thank you, Mother Earth.
Thank you, Mother Earth, for taking care of us. We wanted to show our thanks.
Thank you everyone for joining us today. Now we're going to open up this conversation and we're happy to answer any questions you may have.